Hey guys, what's up? This is me, Sean from pt.2. Use the concept MP, showing you guys the final part 2 of the Nike, Lunar Forever review. And let me continue with the technology part. So I was saying, Lunarlon basically it replaces things like Zoom bags, as you guys can see where it says Nike Zoom. That's what they usually put in shoes. And basically what a Zoom bag is, and just to give you guys a little Nike tech lesson, a Zoom bag is basically it's just this small little bag. Most of them are like 9 millimeters, so about the size of an iPod Touch, the thickness. It's very small, a very small bag put in the heel or the forefoot, and usually where the branding is where the bag is. So you saw it was on the forefoot or the near your toes on the Hyper Dunks 2010s. That's where the Zoom bag is. It's also one in the heel, but I don't believe that there's branding for that one. But basically, it's a very small bag, and it's filled with highly compressed air. They compressorize the air in the Nike factories in China. And actually, I have a very, very good picture that try to show you guys on the inside what the inside of a Nike shoe looks like. But anyways, they put basically that Zoom bag right in the middle of the shoe, and when you step on it, basically I guess the air, it's not a very nice form of cushioning overall. At least the original air, the regular air. Because what it basically does is it's just air underneath your foot. It's not an actual material. Here's a picture I took. These are the bottom, the hyperdunks that I have right there. This is basically what it looks like. You can see that that's what the Zoom bag is. It's basically a piece of packet, I guess. It looks like a packet, and all the air is compressorized and put in there. And basically, every time you walk, this would be where your heel would be. Every time you walk, that Zoom bag, I guess, compresses, and when you jump and all that. So when you're running, it's supposed to add some kind of cushioning, but for the most part, it's not really a nice piece of cushioning. You see that they have all this stitching marks on the bottom of the shoe on the inside where you're not normally going to see, because I actually tore these apart to show you guys. That's what it looks like on the inside of the shoe, and you can see very well that this is what the Zoom bag looks like. Most people don't ever get to see this. They might see diagrams, but I think that this might be the first time that somebody has actually showed what a Zoom bag looks like. So yeah, basically it's this little packet, and they put the pressurized air when you step or walk. It decompresses, so it's supposed to act like cushioning. Similar function with the air. You might know it. It might be in the heel. It might be a 360 thing going through the whole shoe, the whole bottom of the shoe, like in the LeBron 9s, or it might be a 180 just going around the heel part of the shoe. So there's different styles for those are just the normal Nike Air. There's different styles for them, but all that is literally it's just air pumped into the bottom of the shoe, and that's all it is. And like you guys can see in a lot of shoes, you can see it. In these shoes, it's actually hidden. It's right underneath here. Excuse me, it's right underneath here, so you guys can't see the actual Zoom bag. But then the Hyperdunk 2011s, you can see them in the heel, and also in the forefoot. And but most of the time it's considerably larger than a Zoom bag, so you should know the difference whenever you see like a big little pocket of air about this big. You can sort of know that it's going to be a piece of Nike Air technology, just the normal regular one that you see in most Nike shoes, as opposed to the Zoom. But they're starting to phase off and use the Nike Zoom technology, which is the new high-tech Air, and also they're starting to use the old, or this new Lunarlon, which actually used to be old. They used to use this technology back in the original Hyperdunks. The original Hyperdunks used to have Lunarlon. I believe those were back in 2008. For some players used it for the Beijing Olympics, and one of the big problems was that they degraded a lot. So basically, they wore down a lot faster than the air and zoom bags. So, in the past two versions, the 2010 and 2011 Hyperdunks, they put those zoom bags in it, and it seems like they're going back to Lunarlon. At least that's what they did with the 2012 Hyperdunks, the new ones with the Nike Plus that you see on all those commercials. But yeah, so basically, this Lunarlon, it's a foam. It's an actual material under your foot, so it should provide a lot better cushioning. It's a lot thicker than your standard Nike Zoom. It makes the shoe a lot thicker than if it were to have Nike Zoom in it, for example. But as you guys can see, especially on this side, see how much thicker that is. But with that being said, it's supposed to provide much better cushioning, and I guess they fixed the wear and tear issue of it degrading. So we'll put these shoes through its paces and see how that works. Next, the dynamic support. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. What that is these little three ridges here, and basically it's like one of those little air pumps. So basically, when you're running, it's supposed to. I don't know if I can do it here, but it's supposed to. There we go. It's supposed to compress down like this. You see how I'm squeezing the back of it? It's supposed to compress down, and it's supposed to basically squeeze all three of these layers together, and it's just supposed to give you that extra spring in your step. So when you go down, when you're walking or running or whatever, when your heel goes down, it's supposed to compress, and then you're gonna go up and walk or whatever. I mean, a lot of these technologies, just to be honest, are a little bit gimmicky, but it definitely is another thing to talk about, and I guess it's supposed to work, but there's not going to be really that big of a performance drop off if they had included it. The big technology is the Lunarlon, which is the cushioning for the shoe, and also it's very lightweight cushioning. Not that the Zoom bags are heavy or anything like that, but from things like the 360 air units, the 180 air units, those can get pretty heavy. Those can make a shoe pretty heavy. Whereas this Lunarlon is very, very lightweight foam. Almost like, let's see if I still have it. 1 minute, guys. Almost like, here we go. Exactly what I was looking for. This piece of foam, actually this was supposed to be the same foam that they use on the space shuttle here. Take this out of the box. I bought this at Kennedy Space Center. Take trips there pretty frequently. So basically this foam is supposed to be comparable to the one that you guys can see right here. And it's very lightweight foam. So basically it's supposed to be comparable to this technology, the technology that you get here and the Lunarlon foam. Hence the term lunar, as in moon, going into the shoe. Actually, they said that they worked with NASA to invent some of this technology. So, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Who knows? And also, lastly, this shoe is supposed to, when you press down on your foot, on your heel, it's supposed to basically push this green stuff up, this green foam, or the Lunarlon foam up, so basically it's supposed to come out a little bit as you're running. So, gimmicky maybe, but, hey, it's something nice to brag about that you have. Here's a size comparison of that and the Hyperdunk. And, lastly, I'll just put these shoes together, and you guys can see what the left foot and the right foot look like. So yeah, do I think they're worth $82? Yes, I do. In some aspects, I wish that they had Nike Plus in them, but I'll wear them for a few months and give you a review like I did with my Hyperfuse. So anyways, this is me, Sean from pt.2.com. YouTube concept